Mike from the Focus Garage coming at you with a short installation video here. In today's episode, we are going to be removing these gigantic alien looking mirrors from our 2021 Tuono V4 and installing CRG Lanesplitter bar end mirrors with Rhinomoto bar ends. Now, I do have a second mirror coming. We've only got the left side for it right now, so that's all this install is gonna kind of cover, but it is the exact same thing if you're doing both sides. So all you're going to need to know is this is super duper easy. You've got a 5mm hex that holds on the factory bar ends, so you're going to want to go ahead and remove those. The mirrors have a little dress that they're wearing here, and you're going to want to kind of pull this up, and you'll see underneath here, you'll see underneath this rubber sleeve, there are two nuts, so you'll loosen the top one, the bottom one's a jam nut, and then you'll be able to unscrew the whole mirror. And then I've also got plugs that I can go ahead and screw into the factory mirror holes so you don't have these weird silver exposed threads. So all we got to do is undo these jam nuts and take off the mirrors, swap out the factory bar ends for these Rhinomoto pieces here. There is your part number for the one side. Here is your part number for the other side. I believe they are exactly the same. They just have to send you two of them, one for each bar end. And then you go ahead and you clamp this CRG mirror, you can see here, right onto the end of it using these two bolts. This is supposed to be very, very nice convex glass. It can snap, kind of fold in for storage purposes and obviously lane splitting purposes. But the glass is supposed to be very, very nice, and you can mount it a million different ways. So you can mount it, you know, kind of underneath if you wanted to, up top if you wanted to have the mirror, you know, this all pivots on a nice little ball there, so you can have the mirror upright, whatever you want to do. I think I'm just going to have it straight off to the side, just like in a true bar end mirror type there, but we'll see. So let's go ahead. We'll pull off the factory mirrors, and I do want to give you kind of a shot of how weird that looks there. So, I mean, it's not bad, but it definitely detracts from the look of the motorcycle. You've got these giant, heinous things out there. So, we're going to go ahead, pull the factory mirrors off, pull the factory bar ends out, throw on the Rhinomotos, which are supposed to be with the CRGs. Very, very similar weight to the factory bar ends, so that way no weird vibrations or anything are introduced. So, without further ado, hop right into it and get started. All right, I warned you guys it was going to be a little bit goofy because I only do have the left side right now, but I do want to show you kind of how everything installed. So, to remove the factory bar ends, you need a 5mm hex tool. Pull one of these guys out for you here. This is what it looks like. It's just a real simple piece. You got some bug guts on this one, but just a 5mm bolt goes in the end of that, 5mm hex head bolt, and then it pulls out. You go ahead and install the Rhinomoto piece by using their provided hardware and then just bolting it down onto the bar end. Now, I did have to use a spacer, so I put a washer in here to space it out, because with the throttle side grip, what was happening is it was getting too close to the throttle, making the throttle stick. So with this one, I had to put a washer in to make it clear. But on this side, it didn't really matter because this grip is stationary, it doesn't move, so I used the provided bolt and went all the way in. So this side right now is the side that we've got the mirror on. So you go ahead and install the Rhinomoto one by using that 5mm hex head bolt right there. And then this uses two 4mm to get this in place. So what you'll do is you'll go ahead and loosen these, take these all the way out, slide this piece on here and leave it a little bit loose so that way you can kind of adjust this pivot ball on the mirror where you need it to be. Sit on the motorcycle, get this mirror where you need it to be, look behind you, and it is really cool. You get a very, very large view from behind you. And then like I was saying, the neatest thing about this, look at that, it folds right in. So when you're storing the bike, it doesn't stick out any more past the factory bar end, and then it remembers, kind of snaps back in there. I'm not sure if you can hear or see that, into place of where you've had it before. So really, really cool. As far as these mirror plugs that I've got, I just picked them up from Amazon or eBay. I'll have the link in the description of them below with the actual thread pitch and everything, but they just kind of plug the factory holes. My bike had some, I guess it didn't go powder coated or painted all the way to the edge there where the factory mirror was, which is pretty funny, but still it looks better than having gaping holes on your handlebars. And now the highest point of the bike is basically the windshield or this ram mount. There are no giant mirror ears poking up and off of the bike. I am, like I said, going to put a right-hand side on one. I have that coming, but this is just kind of what it looks like right now, just with the left-hand side on. They are kind of directional mirror pieces, so you can't buy two of the same to make them work. You can see here there's CRG kind of embossed on it. I'm not sure if you got enough light, but it says CRG right down it there. And if you got two of the wrong side, it wouldn't work. Obviously, it'd have to be mounted underside on the other or something like that. But I didn't want to mount it under. I like it kind of on top here. I think under is a little bit of a weird look. This should give me kind of the broadest view behind me and not worry about hitting the tank, even though this bike has pathetic, I don't think it would have hit the tank anyways. I mean, there's a lot of space. But maybe I'll play around with that in the future. We'll see. But this is where I ended up with for now. Kind of like the way it looks a lot without those big mirrors. Bike is definitely coming along there. So this is going to wrap up this video. If you do have any questions, go ahead and drop them in the comments down below. I look forward to hearing from you guys. But this is going to wrap up the Rhinomoto bar end install with the CRG Lanesplitter mirror. Thanks for checking this one out, and I will catch you guys in the next video.